Hi, this is Dr. Carolle, Jean-Murat, and today I am visiting with Dr. Etzer Chicoye, who is 92 years old, originally from Haiti, and was born in 1926. And he left Haiti in 1952 after he got his degree in as an agronomist and food.
As an agronomist.
As an agronomist, and he went to the University of Wisconsin, freeze to death, and to get
a master's in dairy and food science.
In food science, and eventually ended up years later in 1992 after going through research, patent, and
all kind of research work. I ended up at the Miller Brewing Company where I worked for 25 years and retired as director of research.
We're talking somebody who knows about food, from hormones and steroids. You've worked with one of the top specialists in the world who studied, what was the name of the gentleman, African-American?
I work with Dr. Percy Julian and in the field of steroid chemistry. Where we synthesized a multitude of hormones and synthesized vitamin D also from cholesterol.
When we're talking, for example, these days in the internet, they have so many people who call themselves experts. You're the true expert. You're 92 years old. You've seen it all, and you start from the base when the research was starting. And so the reason I'm so excited, when I went to do my medical training, my postgraduate training in Milwaukee, and I met Dr. Chicoye and his wife Lori. And they were like a parent to me. You know, you were born about the same year my father was born.
Absolutely, yes.
And my father was born. And so we kept through the years. So today we together, and then we just had a very nice lunch. And I'm saying, you know what? We've been talking and reminiscing, and there was so much information. And I said, you're the kind of person with experience, expertise, and scientist. You're a scientist. You have a PhD in chemistry, and you taught chemistry in many top universities. So, Dr. Chicoye, you're 92 years old. What is the secret of you being healthy? You know, you have little physical limitations because of your age, but you're brilliant.
Well, I don't know whether there's any kind of secret, really, but my formula has always been to be reasonable, act reasonably, and be measured. Avoid any excess. Like I eat just about everything, but I eat everything in moderation. And that's the way.
That's the key.
That's the key. To me, that's my key to being healthy.
And
I hope that it works for everybody.
It should be, but it should be. And one of the things we were talking about is like on the internet, for example, they're talking about, oh, you cannot eat this, you cannot eat as, this is what you should avoid. And also, you will touch about organic. What is your feeling about organic food?
Organic food, well, first of all, it's a misnomer because most of the food that are being sold and priced as organic food are not organic food. And even if they were, it would not have done you much good. So it's a totally pricey and useless commodity.
And I always believe in that because the people whom I see who come to me when they cannot get pregnant, they have cancer, it's not what makes them ill. What makes you healthy is the balance between the mind, the spirit, and the body.
Absolutely, because we are body and soul. We are body, and but what happened to our mind has influences what happened to our body. And what happened to your body is dependent on your mental status.
And you see why when I saw him again after and I'm saying, oh my God, it's because I've seen thousands and thousands and thousands of patients, and that's what I know, and that's what I show them Everything is simple. You don't eat this, you eat that. You eat your comfort food. You eat whatever you feel like eating, because that's what's going to make you healthy. Because what the main culprit of being sick is being stressed. Is being stressed, and you did the studies, and you're the one who were part of the studies, or the flight or fight, and the situation when you're under stress, the adrenaline and the cholesterol and the cortisol and all those things. So we don't need to bore them with it, but this is what makes you sick. Okay, so what I found out, so many people say, I have to buy organic, I have to buy this, but what does it do to you? You're working hard, spending a lot of money with foods that are not going to do anything to, has nothing to do with your state of health. But because you don't have any money, you're spending so much money in food that are expensive, then you become being sick because you have the financial stress, right?
That's right. You worry yourself sick.
You worry yourself sick. Now, the other thing is, what do you think about gluten?
Well, gluten is the biggest hoax. Gluten-free products is the biggest hoax that I can. Gluten is the protein in a wheat. There are a very small percentage of people, something over the order of 1 or 2% of the population, that has a gluten problem. But for the average person, gluten is fine. And if you're trying to get gluten-free this, gluten-free of that,
it's your pocket.
They have their hands in your pocket.
Finances. Your finances. That's right. The other things now. The other day I went and I wanted some chocolate, and hot chocolate. I wanted to put some sugar. Somebody said it's bad for you, and we have that idea. Sugar is bad for you. Tell us a little about glucose, fructose, all the kind of sugar.
Okay, we have many things that are sweet, and we call them sugar. Okay. Now, again, the granular sugar that you get you put in your coffee, it's sucrose. Sucrose is sweet, but it's essentially two molecules joined together. One is glucose, and the other one is fructose. And the first thing that happens, once you swallow it and get into your system, it breaks down into glucose on one hand and fructose in the other. And by the time that it gets metabolized, everything turns into fructose. So the idea that I hear about the agave sweet,
very expensive. Very expensive.
They are all the same. Some of it is a little more sweet than the other. Mm-hmm. One thing lately that has a bad name is high fructose corn syrup. There is absolutely, I repeat 3 times, absolutely nothing wrong with high fructose corn syrup. And it is a little sweeter than sucrose. And if you are trying to keep the level of calorie down, then you're much better off taking something that is sweeter. Because you get fewer calories with it.
And so essentially what we're saying, health has nothing to do essentially with what you're eating. It's your mind, your spirit, not being under stress. And one of the things I have observed, and also when you're 92 years old, your brain, I wish.
Well, been around a long time.
You've been around a long time. And you're scientists. You're scientists. And so what you're telling us, eat everything you want, everything you like. Even get it, go to the store, whatever is cheaper, that's what you buy. It will save you money.
Absolutely.
And then you will be healthy. And one of the things I say, people come to me, you cannot get pregnant, especially, you have cancer, don't eat this and this, that. My patient, like my sister, now she's in Europe. After 5 years, we put a formula together. She's in Europe. She's in Jerusalem. She's in Bethlehem. After 5 years, she eats everything. But one of the things, her faith, her spirit, a stress level, all those things that were very out of balance before she was diagnosed, she took care of that. We put a formula for her together. And so, Thank you. Thank you for doing this interview with me, for the people, because
that was my pleasure.
you are the true scientist, the one who went to the molecules, the one who did the research for Miller Brewing Company, and all the patents that you have in steroids.
18 and all.
And 18 and all. So thank you. I love you. And then we'll take your phone and then finish.